you don't need discipline to get in shape, and I'm gonna explain exactly why. And the reason I say this, okay, as somebody who's been out of shape, been in shape, worked out for long periods of time, like I've been in fitness, I coach clients, I run a health coaching company, I've done it all, I've seen it all, I've tried it all. Focusing on discipline is usually how people get stuck, right? A lot of times clients come into my program and they say, oh, I'm ready to start, I'm ready to get going, oh, we're only working out this many, no, I'm gonna work out 7 days a week, and I'm gonna meal prep, and I'm gonna do all this stuff. And then they do it for 3 weeks, and then they fall off, and then we have to go back to do and start the same exact thing that I recommended in the first place. And the reason for this is because you see guys like David Goggins, you see guys like Jocko Willink, and discipline, and you gotta be disciplined, Andrew Tate, discipline. But that fails many people, is because if all you relied on was discipline, that it basically implies you have to hate it the whole time, and discipline is doing something you hate and doing it like you love it. That's not going to work long term, okay? What you need to do is ensure, and this is what we do inside my one-on-one coaching program that I run that's wildly successful. Okay, if you're interested, you can click the link below to work with me. But the idea is you don't need to use discipline. You shouldn't want to rely on discipline. If you're relying on discipline, it means you're white knuckling, you're grinding. Like most people know what to do, and they just like, oh, I don't have the motivation. It's because they think they need to rely on that motivation. What's a stronger frame is to have a system that works on your lowest motivation days, right? How can I engineer my environment? How can I have a simple system that's customized and integrated into my daily life? And how can I have layers of accountability in my life to make sure that I'm constantly reminded of my goals, right? If you have that, okay, even on the worst days, even when it's tired, when I'm busy, when I'm on vacation, when I'm at a conference, when I'm traveling to Europe, when the kids have sports, when the kids have this, when we have a deal on the line, we have lots of leads coming in with new business, and I got to close these deals, and I gotta make it work. Well, then if it works in that phase, you don't need discipline, because it's just a lifestyle, it's a part of your life. If it's truly something that's just ingrained in the way that you live, it's not a grind knuckle, right? It's not a white knuckler. It's not gotta be so disciplined. There's certain things that, yes, it's difficult. Like sometimes you're gonna like not want to go to the gym, and you go to the gym. Like that's really about the only part, is like starting to work out when you don't want to work out in the beginning. But once you get in shape and once you begin to start the process, you'll actually enjoy the gym, because you'll look good, you'll enjoy working out, you'll know what to do. Nobody likes going to the gym when they first start, but after X amount of time, they begin to like it because they get good at it. But in terms of your environment, a couple things is like, instead of relying on discipline not to eat the junk food, remove it from your house. Get it out of the house. Why do you need all this discipline if you can just remove it, and then you don't need discipline, because just like, okay, I'm gonna eat healthy food, I'm gonna eat that. You don't have to flex the discipline muscle. If you solve the environment and you have the plan integrated into your life around your schedule, and you have your workout scheduled on your calendar, and you know exactly what's gonna happen, you don't need the discipline, all right? You don't need the discipline after work, and you don't know when you're gonna work out, and meetings come up. Like, it's not a discipline thing to make it happen, it's automatic. And that's why everything we do in our program, when clients come in, I say, hey, this is a lifestyle change. You're designed to do this every single day for the rest of your entire life, and I don't want you to be in the program forever, because that means you always need a coach. I want to teach you and ingrain this into your life, and if it's actually, again, if it's a lifestyle, it's not a discipline thing. There are aspects where you need discipline, right? Not overeating, not going over your calories, hitting the gym, like doing the things, tracking the food. Like there's little discipline factors, but really the big message I'm trying to convey here is you shouldn't start with something that you need tons of discipline to execute. You should start something that's like, damn, okay, like that's not that much. But can I commit to this every day for the rest of my life? What's your floor, right? Can I commit to this every day for the rest of my life? Yeah, I can commit to that every day for the rest of your life. On the days that you have more time, do more, right? But don't make your floor something you can't actually commit to, because then you're just gonna fall off and you're gonna blame work, kids, work, all this. So assume that stuff's gonna be happening, assume it's gonna be a busy period, because then it's actually gonna be something that is a long-term solution as opposed to a program. And it's what 90% of people who lose weight in their life gain it back. Why? Because they didn't make an identity shift in which they came out the other side a self-identified new person with a fit, healthy lifestyle. That's the stat, okay? And I'm making this video to show that I've worked with tons of people, and relying on discipline isn't the move. the best move is to engineer your environment in a way where you don't need as much discipline and you only have to use discipline in select moments. And then when you do have to use it, you've saved the willpower, and you can actually use it and you never fall off, because 99% of it is automatic, right? Fatigue makes cowards of us all, right? General Patton, U.S. military general. All right, even he knows we're not Superman, we're not invincible, okay? So you have to take that into account and don't start when you feel super motivated, because when you get tired, when it's 8 p.m., when all the things you're saying is the reason you're not starting, start piling up. Your willpower is gonna drop. It will drop. You have enough decisions, enough things, you're gonna give up. If your environment's not aligned, but if you only have healthy food, you only have this in the environment, you're gonna be 10 times more likely to succeed. And then on those hard days, you don't need as much willpower, and on average, you're gonna be more consistent. All right, so hopefully this was helpful. It's a lesson that I always preach to my clients, is like, don't build a plan when you're motivated, build a plan when shit sucks. And if you would like help building a plan that you can actually do every single day for the rest of your life, and you never fall off again, you know what to do, and you get in amazing shape, and you literally change your whole life, I've changed countless of lives. And if you'd want me to help you, you can click the link below and I'll help you.